Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Cosmic Insight Astrology. I am your co-pilot Krisztina. Today I'm here with a new videoscope, and actually we're going to talk about and we're going to learn about the full moon in Leo, which is going to take place January 25th, and it's going to happen at 5 degrees 15 minutes Leo. All right, so first a little bit about some business over here. If you are new to my channel, I'm doing tropical whole sign astrology, not Vedic, and I am loving asteroids. Actually, I'm obsessed with asteroids and also with fixed stars, so often I'm talking about them as well. If you are new to astrology, you can learn a lot, because usually when I'm doing my videos, I'm actually also introducing the archetype of the signs, planet, the houses that I'm talking about. So we can learn together, and then we are analyzing the aspects together, and what kind of impact could be and could bring on mundane perspective, so on our life in geopolitical or war, peace, weather, education. So I analyze all of that, and also health, plague, and also usually I'm talking about each individual signs, even if it's only a minute or less, but I mention every single signs as well. All right, so here it is right behind me. There is the chart here, but you know what? Let me do that, and then I can show that for you. All right, here is the chart for the full moon, what's gonna happen on the 25th of January. As you can see, the moon is in Leo, 5 degrees. So that is the first decan. It's got really a Leonian energy, right? The first decan is still Leo. And then it's opposing the sun. That's what it means when full moon appears in the sky. So the moon and the sun, it's opposing each other. It's a tug of war in heaven between them, between the male and the female, the king and the queen, right? And Pluto going to join the sun just 5 days before they're going to conjunct together in heaven in 0 degrees Aquarius. Okay, and this is going to create a T-square with Jupiter, because of the moon is going to square with Jupiter. So we're going to talk about each individual planet over here and what the sky look like. Look at the picture over here. The sky look like at the moment when the full moon is happening. So we're gonna have a yod between Saturn, Venus. This is actually the base of the yod, the sextile. And then the apex point going to be the full moon, right? And then we're going to talk about, because the full moon going to happen in Aquarius, so we have to talk about actually Aquarius and its ruler. So we're going to mention Saturn in Pisces and Uranus in Taurus, because that's what it rules, Corvus Aquarius. And then we're going to talk about also Leo and the Leonian archetype and what sun represent in our life as well. And of course, Jupiter, the square, what it's going to bring in for us, all right? Okay, so start with the full moon. And, the full moon is always a completion. It's always an ending, signing off of contract. And it not necessarily has to be something bad in our life, ending something, like on a bad way. It could be like we are giving up something what doesn't serve us anymore. And the moon actually representing your fears, your subconscious, that is your emotion, your feelings, your tears. And also it's representing your dog as well, and in general the public, or your clients, the public as well. But the full moon is happening in Leo. So talking about the Leonian archetype, Leo actually represents dignity and nobility, and also Leo represents leadership as well. It's inspiring, it wants to lead, it wants to be center of attention. Leo also associated with creativity and self-expression, since Leo rules the 5th house. It rules your heart, your circulation. And in creativity, it's representing actually actresses, actors, drama therapy, art. So it's encouraging you to express yourself through art. So anything to do with your talents, right? And 5th house also rules joy and pleasure, romantic partnership, and also speculative business like gambling as well. So yes, but you know, Leo is actually a warm and a generous in nature kind of archetype. Why? Because of it's ruled by the sun. So yes, it is, Leo is heated and truly, truly passionate and, you know, positive and like attracting positivity and abundance around herself or himself. Leo could be a little bit vain and seeking for recognition, want to be center of attention, right? Seeking for acknowledgement, for applause. Leo likes to be on stage and likes to be applauded. I do have a Leo moon, and my son has Leo rising and Leo moon. You know, and if you are new to my channel, sometimes I'm bringing in personal examples, or, you know, from my clients without names, obviously. So because that's how I learned, and obviously that's what I know, and I want to share it with you because of that's how we're going to learn together. But you know, Leo, just imagine it's symbolized by a lion, and lion always means courage and determination, right? So I'm I love Rasta religion, and also I love reggae music, and it's symbolized, the Rastafari is symbolized by Leo and lion and Leo hearts, lion hearts as well. So that's the courage, that's the determination, that's actually bravery, you know, courage to grow. Let's be confident and let's face all the challenges, and we are capable to overcome with our lights, with our brightness, anything. The sun itself, it's your identity or core self, anything to do with our ego, with our self-expression, with self-confidence. And that is our inner drive or vitality or life force. So the sun is actually the warmth within, and you know, our creative purpose, which is very, very important right now, because of not just Einstein said the creativity is more important than knowledge and imagination, but Leo actually capable to do that. So yes, and you know, Leo is the king of the heaven. It's representing authority and power as well, the kingdom itself. So it's symbolizing kingdom. All right, and you know, and the moon is the subconscious. The sun is actually the conscious mind. So you know, like the king and the queen, and right now it's opposing each other's. And right now, but we have to talk about that. What kind of aspect does it make? So you see here, what I'm showing, it's conjunct with Pluto, and Pluto is transformation. Pluto rules the 8th house of Scorpio, co-rules with Mars, and it is a very intense psychological deep energy over here, what Pluto brings in. And Pluto is, you know, rules all the taboos, sex, death, tax, whatever with taboos are, shared resources, financial access, but transformation. Pluto is Phoenix, but Pluto rules the underworld. And just 5 days before, as I said, they had conjuncted in heaven. And look for the other video I'm coming up right now. I'm gonna talk about Pluto and Sun conjunction over there. And it squares the benefit. Jupiter is in Taurus, and it's coexist right now. It is in journey with Uranus together, and in April 20 they're going to conjunct together. But Jupiter is the benefit, Santa Claus, anything to do with growth, expansion, blessing. Jupiter is blessing, right? In Taurus, Taurus is an earth fixed sign. So here it is. So what does it mean actually in astrology, and how can we translate that kind of aspect? So this could indicate some kind of tension in global politics, right? Because of actually the sun is king or politicians, and Aquarius ruled by Saturn, which is politics, right? And politicians. Pluto is power and power transition, and because of its Jupiter, its Uranus in Jupiter in Taurus, it is something to do with power. So, but global politics and global tension. And you know, the Leo moon is actually full of drama. Leo loves drama, not just drama therapy, but drama. And some kind of leadership going to be challenged right now, especially because of Pluto is opposing this full moon and something is ending, right? Full moon is ending. So listen, the sun is a king or politician, Pluto is death, moon is ending something, ending a leadership, squaring with Jupiter, something is over here. T-square is not auspicious in heavens, right? Aquarius, because of the moon is in Leo, Pluto, and sun is in the humanitarian sign of Aquarius, it will affect the whole entire world. So I would assume there is a drama around leadership, you know, some kind of standoffs in politics. And I would say that could be a death of a politician who has Plutonian energy or Leonian energy. Who can be that? So, you know, Putin has ascendant of Scorpio. It's ratified the chart, but I'm certain he has Plutonian energy and Scorpio rising. Then Biden is a Scorpio, and then King Charles is a Scorpio, and their health are really, really in jeopardy. Plus, you know, both of them had the eclipse, the Taurus eclipse, lunar eclipse in their, either in their moon or, you know, opposing the sun of Charles. So I'm waiting for some kind of big change over here, but something with death. So yes, Biden, Putin, or Charles could actually go, and they can do transition right now with that kind of square with Jupiter. So the tension in politics, and it's a drama. It's going to be actually control everything around us, because, you know, like the moon is the public, so it's going to affect us, right? And then let's see what Saturn does over here, because why we are checking Saturn here. Saturn is in Pisces, it went direct, right? Because of actually Aquarius, old avatar is Saturn. So we're going to check Saturn and Uranus here. So Saturn in Pisces, but it's sextile Jupiter, while the moon squares and create a T-square with Pluto. So that is very heavy energy. Saturn over here, the lord of this moon, I mean, not the lord of the moon, the opposite of this moon, opposite lord of the moon, it's in Pisces. And in Pisces, it's got some kind of compassion. So I would say, all right, somebody is dying, somebody is off from the kingdom or, you know, on political power, but someone else more compassionate, more humanitarian, more spiritual coming in too. So it could also mean like some kind of amazing new approach to healthcare as well. It could be also the Saturn in Pisces sextile Jupiter could indicate it's not like just like we're going to have some kind of basic healthcare for everyone, but it could also mean like insurance going to pay for holistic healthcare as well. So it's not only going to be like, okay, but the big pharma prescribes you medicine, right? And besides, Saturn is in Pisces can actually indicate like we're not gonna have enough medicine, enough antibiotics. So it could be like, yes, there is some kind of opportunity. The insurance can cover holistic healthcare with, you know, like not only chiropractor, but with your astrologer, with your herbalist, and anything like that. And then you have to see also like Venus trine Jupiter. Why is it important, Venus over here? Because Venus is king conks in conjunct with the full moon, right? It's creating a yod aspect. So we're going to talk about the yod as well. But yes, so because of it is making an aspect, and we call it actually minor aspect, but the yod is finger of God. So something that has to come through for something humanitarian over here, something spiritual change over here with the moon, with leadership. Yes. So over here, it's going to make a trine with Jupiter, all right? So that is really good for anything to do with, well, let's see, where is Jupiter? Venus. Venus is in Capricorn. So, all right, and Jupiter is in Taurus. So anything to do with art could be amazing, you know, like people are capable to express themselves, some kind of big honor and recognition, red carpet, you know, we're gonna have the Oscar after the full moon here in February sometimes. And, you know, like it could be a great surprise because Uranus is here with the Oscars there. All right, so, but definitely Venus trine Jupiter could also support healthcare here, and something, you know, to collaborate with funding healthcare as well. If we checking the weather and the aspect of the weather for this full moon here, we have to check the grand trine. And the grand trine, it's in Earth sign, because we still have Juno in Virgo, but also we have another aspect, which is Mercury and Mars conjunction in Capricorn, and Mars is exalted. Check my video. I already made a video about that. And then we're going to have Uranus in Taurus. So Uranus in Taurus trine with Mars and Mercury, conjunction in Capricorn, and Mars is exalted, and here is Juno in Virgo, so it makes a grand trine. Grand trine is a very harmonious aspect in heaven, and you know, it is a period where weather pattern actually, because it's in Earth sign, so they are coming up with some kind of solution to stop, for example, flood or fire, because Mars is fire, Mercury is wind, Capricorn is cold weather. So they might going to come up with a solution. And, you know, Uranus also in Taurus trining with this situation. So it has to be something technological, which is helping the Earth. Taurus is Gaia. And then it could stop the wind and stop the fire as well, something with cold related. So they might going to be, or they already do, like creating, you know, like rains and creating clothes somewhere where it's a lot of fire going on, and they capable to stop fire. So definitely that could go on behind the scene. And what did I, yes, and you know, we were talking about also the nodes, because the moon is creating actually, let me see, where is the nodes? The nodes are actually, oh no, that is Mars and Mercury is the one who is doing a T-square with the nodes over here. If you can see that, just let me stop for a recording because someone is calling. Okay, just let me pause for a second. Okay, I'm here, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm waiting for the people come to fix the fridge, and I thought that's them, but it's obviously not. Just some spam call, I hate them. All right, so I was where? Okay, yes, because we were talking about actually Mars and Mercury creating a grand trine in heaven with Uranus, right? And it's an Earth grand trine here. Why we have the full moon, and then Mars and the Mercury conjunction also in another aspect with the nodes. And the nodes are very important. The nodes are the mathematical points of the moon. It's not planets, and actually this is the reason we have eclipses, right? All right, so because it's creating a T-square with the nodes, it could be some significant decision which is going to have major consequences on environmental policies here. So that's very, very important. Also, it could be something to do with war negotiation, something what's going to affect the purpose of all living beings on Earth. Why? Because of Mercury's consultation, Mars's war, and North Node and South Node. This South Node is the karma that we have been on, and because it's in Libra, which representing peace, and Aries representing war, North Node is all over there. So of course it's negotiation behind the scene going on for what kind of policies they will need to bring in. And why is it important? It's not the full moon, it doesn't do aspect with it, but it's presenting itself the same day, the same time when the full moon appearing. So the sky picture, it's very important. All right, so let's move on. So on education wise, Leo, anything to do with joy, to do with art and expression, creativity. So I would think there is some kind of educational reform and emphasizing anything to do with creativity. I would love to see if they are actually bringing in some kind of scholarship to get in universities, colleges, if you are an amazing performer with piano or like musical instruments or art project as well, anything to do with art. And yes, and besides, because of Saturn also sextile Jupiter the same time, which is very benefic, and Saturn is in Pisces, I would think there is some kind of negotiation going on also with like implementing anything spiritual practice in education. I would love to see we actually integrate holistic gardening, astrology study, and meta-communication. I'm teaching my children meta-communication. It's very important for me because actually they can recognize traits which is like ill-minded people, and it can save their life, All right, so let's move forward and let's talk about finances. Why? Because the moon is actually opposing Pluto. Pluto rules the 8 house of shared resources, tax, anything to do with stock market and bank. And that could be something significant over here, right? Okay. So, yes, so finances, Pluto is 8th house. So that is actually, because of its opposing the moon, something to do with banking, something to do, like we're not going to have soon banks and bank accounts. We're going to go all the way because Pluto is in Aquarius, cryptocurrency, and actually we're not gonna have cash flow as well because they want to control us, obviously. But that could indicate like, all right, so there is some kind of issue that you are not capable to get to your bank account for some reason. And in some countries, for example, maybe because of the leader dies, and maybe there is going to be some kind of indication the stock market to crash somehow a little bit during that period, because when it's a leader is going, it's affecting the whole entire country, and countries are alliances, obviously, then it's like a domino effect over there. Yes, okay, so in public life, we were talking about the tug of war between the sun and the moon, and between the moon and Pluto. That's something to have to do with the collective. Pluto in Aquarius and our feelings because of the moon in Leo, like we are really we want to make conscious decisions, but there is some kind of psychological trauma in general in the collective that we need to solve, and with that kind of leadership ending also going to bring in more trauma or fear, and we need to actually adjust that. And I was talking also about the yod, and I don't want to forget that because I'm just like brainstorming and going so quick. But the yod formation between Venus, Saturn, and the apex point on the moon, it's indicate need for adjustment actually in social structure. So listen, Venus is in Capricorn, and Capricorn rules anything to do with government, and Saturn in Pisces. So, you know, it could be some kind of revolution, something, reevaluation of the social values, for example. And we're going to be maybe more compassionate, as I said before, maybe with the death of the politician, someone, you know, someone who is from a significant, I mean, every country is significant, don't take me wrong, but, you know, like powerful country, then we're going to have someone more compassionate, more spiritual in. So yes, it's going to bring in definitely more values, and we're going to be compassionate to each others. So definitely it's a turning point going on, because it's opposing Pluto, and it's a turning point in your finances, in your healthcare as well, and in the collective understanding, the collective power, right? Because Pluto just went in Aquarius, and it's going to stay over that 20 years. It's gonna dip back one more time in September, but that's the last kick of Pluto in Capricorn. So the centralized power is over, and that's what it is. And yeah, all right. And then I'm gonna go sign by sign right now, and I'm gonna start with Aries rising. Let me see if I see the time here. No, oh, okay. So Aries rising, the full moon is going to happen in your fifth house. Fifth house, anything to do your love, creativity, joy, speculative businesses, your kids. So, you know, it's gonna square Jupiter. So it's going to amplify something in romance. You know, maybe you're going to fight with your romantic partner, or, you know, it could bring us some kind of tension with your child, and it's going to oppose Pluto. And Pluto in your 11th house could be something to struggle with your social life, maybe because of your children need more time with you, and you are not capable to be present in social events. Or, you know, it could be something like, all right, I need definitely a change from my career. I'm waiting for some big amount of bonus paid out for me, and I'm not capable to go for that vacation yet because of, you know, I haven't been paid. All right, Taurus rising, sun and moon, it's going to happen in your fourth house. So you will have to focus on your family, your real estate, your emotional foundation for your home. You know, full moon, something is ending. You might going to end the living situation. You know, somebody is moving out. You're going to have an empty nest. It could be also some emotional foundation is actually fading away. You know, it could actually bring in, for some of you, like an older authority figure could actually do transition, because fourth house representing death and funeral, so it could mean that as well. Not necessarily, but for some of you, but definitely the tension between Pluto and Jupiter could, and Pluto is an opposition, so yes, it could definitely mean that. Or, you know what, it could mean like, I need to be away from my family and they need a lot of attention, but my career requires me and they are mad at me right now. Or I need to move because I got a new promotion and my career is taking me somewhere else. All right, Gemini rising, sun and moon, the full moon going to happen in your third house. That is communication, short trips, that is like your younger siblings, anything to do with skill-based studying, anything to do with your vehicles, your nearby community. And, you know, those kind of interactions are highlighted right now. So with a neighbor, with the siblings, you might going to end the relationship over here. You stop talking to your siblings or neighbors, or, you know, you stop actually fighting with them. So it could either go either way. But the Pluto opposition definitely brings some kind of intense conversation over here and some kind of transformative ideas. And, you know, it's also going to square Jupiter, I mentioned that. And there is some kind of communication issue going on here. You might going to have to buy a new car, but you don't have the right amount of money, or you don't want to pay that much for leasing or buying a car. That could be the tension over here. But it could be also like you want to start to study and, you know, like you need the funding for that. All right, Cancer rising, sun and moon is going to happen in your second house. So the axis is the financial axis because Pluto is in your eighth house. anything to do with financial matters, with your income, with your earnings. You might going to actually leave a job. And why are you going to leave a job? Because of you going to get some inheritance, or you may be going to get some kind of big tax refund or alimony, or it could be some big amount of shared resources that you didn't expect, but you don't have to work anymore. It does square Jupiter, however, so there is some kind of issue with overspending, you know, like you are, oh, I got a lot of money, I'm giving up work, and, you know, I'm buying a lot of fancy stuff and possess a lot of things that I might not need. And, you know, like you can overspend here, so be careful. Leo rising, sun and moon. All right, full moon is in your first house. All right, so that is self-expression, personal desires, anything what doesn't serve you has to go. Mask is off, peeling of the ego. You know, people around you who are not optimistic, people around you who are not helping you with your project, with to being a better person, to shine, you just get rid of them and that's done. And Pluto opposing for you in the 7th house. So, you know, that's partnership, either business partnership or anything to do with your clientele. So your clientele could become very powerful. And also you can actually end of a legal issue, something with identity theft, something with bank issues. You know, it could end for you and it could bring in prosperity here. All right, what else is going on? So definitely deeper change. You are getting a new outlook for sure. Virgo rising, sun and moon, it's going to happen in your 12th house. 12th house is something which illuminates hidden emotions and your subconscious. It is hidden, it is your hidden enemies, it is serving the unprivileged, it is addiction, the house of addiction, but also spiritual growth, and also, you know, like hospice, hospital, hospitality, anything to do with jails, you know, anything to do with script writing, working behind the scenes. So you can actually get rid of an addiction if you have any self-sabotaging behavior or suicidal thoughts. It is good to hear right now. Bring opportunities in mental healing, definitely bring opportunities to become a healer here. And actually opposing Pluto in your 6th house, there is a major transformation in your head. You will need to ask for second opinion because it squares Jupiter. So don't go for the first one, but you know, it's still going to be an amazing transformation in your health area. All right, Libra rising, sun and moon. Let's see. The full moon going to happen in your 11th house. That is your social circle, your future aspiration. That is anything to do with your society, online world as well. And it's money from your career as well, income from your career. So there is a lot of aspiration, but you know, full moon could indicate like one of your long-term goals is going to change and you don't want to do that anymore. You're going to either give up or, you know, it just doesn't serve you anymore. And the square could actually expand your network and it could bring in some kind of really high society friends who want to support you, but it's giving you tensions because of it pushing you hard to achieve your goals, all right? And it's opposing Pluto and that it's in your 5th house. So something to do with joy and pleasure and speculative businesses. So be careful, don't put your egg in one basket, obviously, because it could actually break. And, you know, don't gamble right now. Scorpio rising, sun and moon, full moon is in your 10th house of career. Hallelujah. This is going to actually bring focus on your reputation and on your public image and your career. So you will have to give up something what doesn't serve you for a long time. The square actually going to bring in a professional growth for your career, something to do, a new opportunity, a significant change, a transformation in your career and public image. It could actually pressure you. So if you lose your job, for example, with the full moon over here, it's going to pressure you to make an amazing change, and actually losing the job going to be blessing eventually because you're coming out from your shell and you're going to show your whole potential, and it's going to be fearful at the beginning, but the best transformation ever you can have. All right, Sagittarius rising, sun and moon. Let's see what's happening for us because I'm a Sag rising. It's going to happen in our 9th house, anything to do with high education, long distance traveling, foreign matters. So if it's there, something with your citizenship, anything to do with passport or anything to do with visa, this is the time when you are capable to finish that kind of subject over there. And then also publishing. If you had any issue with publishing, there is a situation here which is you're going to actually finish some kind of, and it could be a legal matter as well, you know, like if you had some situation. And if you are YouTubing and doing something out in the public, the square with Jupiter can bring in some kind of sense of adventure over here, or more clienters, but the clienter could be a little bit critical right now somehow. And it's going to oppose Pluto, so 9th house and 3rd house. So your communication is changing. You're going to be very powerful. You're going to be amazing, and people are going to be attracted. Pluto is attraction, and it's a very, very psychological, powerful mind control of the people. So it could be really like you are attracting the right clienters, but of course it's coming with some kind of critics as well, right? But you know, if you would like to go for a long vacation and a long trip over here, or if you are actually want to buy a property overseas or do anything overseas, this is the time when you actually finishing the project. Capricorn rising, sun and moon, let me drink because I'm talking so fast. Sorry, so it's going to happen in your 8th house. It was anything to do with taboos. As I said, sex, death, tax, anything to do with abortion, anything to do with transition, transformation, psychology, you know, forensic astrology, financial astrology, if you would like to learn, or maybe you just studied a course right now and finishing and getting licensed there. It could bring some kind of major psychological transformation for you, an opportunity for financial partnership. Why? Because it's squaring Jupiter. So actually it's urging you to have someone who is helping you financially, maybe helping someone with, you know, like getting a mortgage. And it was difficult at the beginning, but right now you are urged to find the right people over here, or someone, an attorney who can help you with your taxes, tax refund, someone who can help you with your prenup, or anything to do with abortion laws over here could have. And you know, 8th house is also surgery, so I assume some of you could actually have a successful surgery over here, but you are finding the right doctor at this moment. All right, Aquarius rising, sun and moon. What's gonna happen? Anything to do with, just a second, I have to stop again. So Aquarius rising, sun and moon, it's going to happen actually in your 7th house of partnership, anything to do with your significant other, with your relationship, one-on-one friendship. It could be also representing legal matters and mediators. Maybe you finished actually mediation and you go for divorce, or you reconciling your marriage right now. The square to Jupiter actually suggests some kind of growth in relationship. So it could be actually a positive change, but you have to do the work for it. So the mediation could have worked because you did the work. And, you know, opposing Pluto and Sun, obviously, it is like indicating something like, I need to rebalance my power. I have to be really, try to have some kind of interaction, and it has to be intense and physical, because otherwise my relationship might not work over here. But if it's there a legal issue, it could turn out for your favor at this time. Anything to do with a new partnership, a new business partnership, or end a partnership but doesn't serve you anymore. And it is like, all right, I need this out from my life. I need, the business didn't go through, just let's go separate and depart, you know, from each other's, and we're gonna be okay. Definitely rebalancing the dynamics in your partnership, and you might actually going to get the power back and get back into the driving seats finally. All right, Pisces rising, sun and moon. All right, I have a Pisces sun, so let's see what's going on for us. the full moon is going to happen in the 6th house. 6th house is our health, work, and daily routines. All right. It's also rules small animals and your rental property. So this is highlighted over here. So you might going to actually capable to sell a home and buy rental properties, for example, or you're giving up a rental property. You want to rent something new. You want to go somewhere else. And it squares Jupiter, right? So, and oppose Pluto. So 6th house and 12th house, anything to do with transformation, with your mental health, with your self-sabotaging behavior, giving up something what is not serving you, what is making you sick. It's very important. And actually the full moon in 6th house could be a spontaneous healing, because of the moon is actually like signing off of contracts. So it is ending an illness, for example, because 6th house could represent illness. Unfortunately, it could represent some of the people like, you know, like loss of a pet, but hopefully not. But, you know, opposing Pluto, it could be. Hopefully it's not the case. All right, but definitely transformative shift. You are taking a seat and taking care of your health, or you know, you are saying, okay, I'm done with this renting, or with this tenant, or with this roommate, and I just want to do something else, and I just want to get rid of it and giving up on it, and I start a new life, a fresh start over here. All right, guys. So if you loved my video, and if you like listening to me, or you know, my accent, or if I suit for your needs, then please subscribe, share, and comment below, and like my videos. That is the only way that algorithm going to actually recognize me, because somehow it doesn't do it yet. And this is the way when I get inspired and making a lot more videos, and we can learn together. So it's really giving me a boost, and I would appreciate that. And I'm very grateful for that. All right, thank you so much. I'm coming back with other videos, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.